Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Mike, here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56 to Mock, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! I got you. Check, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Powerful running. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Pretty move by Shady. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The Last year, Chris Conley was the third option at receiver for Kansas City. He shipped off to Jacksonville. Now they're hoping that Robinson can help fill that void. And Andy Reid has said that he and Mahomes are developing a great rapport, hoping to improve upon the 22 times they connected last season. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
56. You get blocked, me.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. D Ford, his second sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all, and when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed, that's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
On first down, it's Coleman. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8. Remember, it was on this field September 23rd of last year when Jimmy Garoppolo had the injury. He was having a nice game, 250 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Then he injured the left knee. It was revealed the next day that he had torn his ACL, ending his season. So he's trying to put that bad memory behind him here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
56, check 56.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Big stop, let's go.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and have.
Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second and goal, Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer. But I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
.154 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Hey, come on.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On second down now, it's Coleman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
I got
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's checking.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go, here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go. 180! I'm going to run you over.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Fire down these two. There's a wide right. Check right, check right.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Well, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
Well, they always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
Check, 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 check. Go ahead.
Here we go on fourth down with Garoppolo. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Mike, hello. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Tighten up.
Mahomes is going to run the option left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week, And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On second and very short, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal. This is caught. Watkins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got daylight. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 75 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Niners 21, Chiefs 13. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Moore on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Williams. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Moore. Going for the deep ball. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go counter with Breida. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They'll set up to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Luke Wilson there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? This is caught inside the 15. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Demarcus Robinson there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Mike 56, Mike 56. Oh yeah, I'm coming. Oh yeah, I'm coming. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Watch the curl, watch the curl. 56, let's go. 56 to Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense, let's go.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So the victory here for San Francisco. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.